streamingliveacademy.com. Download the content PDF, change your life, and listen to this and enhance your life. Let's go.
Enhance it.
The question for today: why should you stream in the first place? Or what would be a good time in the streaming career to start streaming? When do you think you should start streaming? Let's start with Ender.
Okay. I think if you don't have a following, no one knows you, then don't do it. Unless you're just doing it as a hobby and you have too much time in your hands. If you have a following, then give it a shot. Depending on its size, it'll migrate over enough that it's worth doing it. If not, go do DoorDash.
Okay. Not sponsored by DoorDash.
No sponsor.
We should be. Where's the logo, DoorDash? Let's go.
What do you think?
You should really have a lot of time if you want to stream, because without time you can't really stream. And as Andrew said, if you don't have a following, starting is really hard. Whatever platform you choose, it will be hard anyway. So there is not even any question about what is the best platform, because if you don't have a following, every platform is kind of the same. Some platforms have more people, some have less, but in the end, if you are not entertaining, just don't stream. Like, why would you stream if you are doing that just for fun? Okay, that's fine, but don't expect to earn money if you do something for fun. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, so you would differentiate between doing it as a hobby and just doing it to maybe get somewhere in the future, maybe make some money off. I agree.
Yeah.
If you're just doing it for fun, I don't know, just I guess turn it on, stream. I guess you have nothing to lose. How much time do you think you should set aside? Let's say you do have a following. You have a following on, I don't know, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, and you decide to start live streaming. Do you think you should just pick a platform, go live? Do you think you should set aside a certain time to go live, like 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours? What do you think?
Well, if you're asking me, I would say that you definitely need at least 8 to 10 hours, and you will stream only 4 of those 10 hours. 2 hours will be used to create a little bit of content and ideas for the next stream. And 4 hours that we have left, we will create some articles to have evergreen content. And we will try to use a little bit of the time to actually create YouTube content with the videos of the stream. But due to the fact that we spent 2 hours to create arguments, ideas, a little bit of storytelling, maybe some games for the next stream, you will have something to edit, and it will not be just stupid highlights that everyone does, but it will be some good quality content that you can actually use to create a community and base for your brand, basically. But that's only if you go serious about it. If you are playing for fun, whatever.
Go on, hit the live stream button. Yeah, I think definitely the creating stuff before and then during it, and then the following size. I mean, in my opinion, is if you can if the following that's gonna come is not enough, or that it's coming, it's not enough to make it worth your time as to, I guess, money value or production value, then I wouldn't do it. Let's say you have like 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, I don't know, a few to thousands of followers on TikTok or Instagram, and only 10 people come to your stream, and they're, I don't know, maybe if they all subscribe, I don't know, even then I'd be like, I don't know, guys, 10 of you, when I could be making more content on those platforms, get more people, and then start streaming, I feel like that'd be better. Or your part-time job, because not everybody's going to do it full-time.
Right.
Maybe go make some money and, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, DoorDash.
I would like to share my thoughts about one thing, because I was speaking with you guys about daily jobs, part-time jobs, and streaming. And in the end, what I was thinking in the last 3 or 4 weeks was, if you really want to go professional as a streamer, you can definitely do that. And I think that the smartest way is to actually have a full-time job and use 2, maybe 3 hours of your extra time, if you have any, to stream. Why? Because with your full-time job, you can actually have a small amount of money, like 2, 3, 400 euros or dollars, whatever, that you can invest in ads. So even without actually creating any content whatsoever, only streaming, you can actually generate more views and more revenue than you would ever have done with just only streaming without any investment.
Okay.
So basically, you work all day, you come late at night, and you start streaming. And during those hours, you have a full throttle campaign that is spending money and driving people to your stream.
Mhm.
That is a good idea, in my opinion, if you don't really have time to create evergreen content, have a website, do branding.
So you wouldn't
at least
do any
you are
of this?
investing.
You wouldn't do any of it. You literally just would go live, have your campaign, whatever, Facebook ads or somewhere, run in the background during the time you're live, because I guess it doesn't make sense to have it running while
Exactly,
you're not live.
exactly.
And then you would not spend time after the stream to edit stuff or to like that.
If you can't do that, this is the smartest way, because honestly, why spend a lot of time that you are basically losing without earning anything? If you can't earn money while you sleep, you are doing something wrong, because as a streamer, you are like an entrepreneur, okay?
Mhm.
You're investing in yourself, but if you are streaming 8-10 hours a day and you are receiving 2-5 subscribers a day, and the majority of you are not achieving that small number, you are basically working for less than the minimum wage. That's just stupid.
Okay. So you would basically, in conclusion, it would all come down to financial decision. If streaming would be
Everything is a
worth your time
financial
or not.
decision.
Yeah, the ones that aren't thinking about it, well, I guess reality hasn't hit them
But
yet. Come on, Luke,
let's
get
say
it out.
Okay. So let's take money out of the picture. Let's say money just doesn't matter at the moment.
Then
just
you're doing it for
hypothetically.
fun.
No,
Then
but
you're
like,
doing it
let's say
for
you
fun.
have a following somewhere else. You know,
Okay.
money doesn't matter. Do you think at some point you just need to start streaming and kind of maybe get in the rhythm, get the word out there, build a community whatsoever, and you just get it started, even though at the beginning you don't get anything in return?
Oh, for sure, I think so.
Or would you say that's just not worth it at all? Like I mean, you can't put an exact number to it, but would you say, I don't know, unless you have at least 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, you just say it wouldn't make sense?
I would try it. I would try it for a little bit and give it, 2 weeks, a month tops. And if it's not bringing returns, I'm out. And I would start with like 2 days, tops 3 a week. I wouldn't do every day. Hell no.
No.
Not to start it.
Right.
But yeah, just do a test run. Doesn't work. Yeah, I gave it a shot. Was consistent.
Mhm.
Let's say quality, because I mean, you have to start sometime because your first content is going to be trash. And so, the first 2 weeks, it'll mold itself. By the last 2 weeks, it's already molded enough that's not trash if you're decent
Mhm.
human being. And then, the last 2 weeks, you kind of find out there's no traction. And so why keep going? I would stop and then try again in, 3 months.
Okay.
Something like that.
You have to generate traction, but if you want as a person to start streaming as your first channel, your first way of earning, you're just not gonna make it. Like Lux said, do that on YouTube, create a community, the content will always stay there, and if you're interesting, you will see results. Only if you see results there, you may think about starting to do that live. It's not easy to be an entertainer. You have to learn it, you need time, you need a lot of effort, and it's a lot easier to do that on YouTube because you can have a script, you can follow the script and no one will interrupt you, you can be fun, whatever, you can create some jokes, but on live you have to follow the flow of the chat because you are the entertainer and the chat is your audience. If you are not entertaining your chat, what the freak are you doing, honestly?
So I think one last point. What's the time looking?
4 and
minutes.
44.
One last point. I think, every stream technically is different. People stream all kinds of different stuff. Let's say, even though I already think I know what you guys are gonna say. Let's say you make your YouTube content is gaming. Even though that be extremely difficult to do. We'll just take all that aside. Do you think if your YouTube content is something like gaming, do you think just streaming it, because you're already playing the game, so to speak, or creating content around a game, do you think just streaming it to double down on it, even though maybe you don't have that much of a community of an audience yet? What do you think of if you're already creating content for YouTube, just streaming that content to double down on it?
If you allow
the answer.
time, it makes sense, right?
Like
I have the answer, guys.
Because the time investment will be, let's say the time investment is exactly the same. Because you gotta play the game or create the content or whatever, and it's gonna take you X amount of time, and all you would do is just hit the live button while you're doing it. Okay, go for it before you can't hold it no more.
I think you're right on that one because it depends on the content you're making. For example, those chapter series of sort of dramatized or joking. I don't know if you've seen those from for example, games like Ark. People will make an actual storyline of a character through Ark. The problem with live streaming that, I don't think. I mean, if you're god at it, I don't think you're going to be able to do both. You're going to have to post edit stuff afterwards, and that, depending how long your stream was, an hour of post editing for your story is too much work. But that kind of content, I don't think you can really do both at the same time. But for someone that's just an esports person, I think it can work. Or someone that's doing a run through or a playthrough, that's quite easy. Just cut the boring parts in some areas. So I think it depends on the content. But for most part, I wouldn't say it doesn't work, because then you're just doing the easy thing that everybody does, pretty much.
Yeah, no, just doing playthroughs or episodes or whatever on games on YouTube is not. It's a really hard thing to get into. I guess you really need to put
TikTok though. It's different.
TikTok is just.
I mean, only if you're a girl. For a boy, it's even harder, honestly. It's not about sex, but it's more about what I actually watch a lot, and the algorithm of TikTok likes what I watch for a lot. That's generally what happens.
Yeah, that's true. It can do that, but I think I follow a guy that asked me for help on YouTube. He's doing his Ark series with a story and everything. YouTube, he doesn't get more than 100, 200 views, and he's got, I think, 1,000 subs or something like that. But on TikTok, some of his videos go up to 5K, 10K, and he has tons of, not thousands, but close to, maybe even 1,500 followers on TikTok. And he's got comments on his videos and stuff, at least 5 per video. But YouTube, it's practically a desert. And so he's like, YouTube takes so much more time than TikTok. And one video for YouTube gets me 10, 20 videos on TikTok.
Right.
The question is he earning subscribers and money thanks to that? Because having subscribers on TikTok doesn't mean shit. Honestly, you are not earning money. So if you can't drive those subscribers, those views, those public, those audience into another channel that is making you money, again, doesn't really make sense.
Right.
Oh yeah, no. I think my advice to him would be build your TikTok audience first, of course, because that's working. But if you can't migrate them to YouTube, then I guess it's just going to be a hobby. Like, no one's going to pay you anything.
It really depends on the content, right? Like, if you're just dancing and you're hot, you are not going to migrate that audience to another platform. But you're actually teaching people something. You can actually have call to actions that will drive them away from TikTok and to another platform. Remember that TikTok basically when you start watching the feed, you will stay there for hours.
Right.
it's hard to drive people away from that platform. They
Okay,
takes your attention like this.
The timer went off. So I guess to wrap it up, what it sounds like is you think, let's just take streaming and YouTube. I'm sure you have heard the saying, you got to be a YouTuber first before you become a streamer. You migrate people from YouTube to, and you can replace YouTube with whatever, or whatever streaming platform. So do you think people who want to be a streamer first and a YouTuber second, do you think that's just impossible, or do you think there's a slight chance that might work out as well? That's
Right
the last
now,
question to wrap it up.
Right now in 2021,
Yeah, of course. Just with the current situation.
You can, if you can do on the stream something that almost no one else is doing. If you are playing, you have no chance whatsoever.
No. Are you albino? And if the answer is yes, give it a shot. You might make it. If not, you're just another normal human being.
Yeah.
So don't.
Yep. I think
That's my smart glasses answer.
Sweet. That was it. YouTube first, streaming second.
Yeah.
Streaming Life Academy with a brand new logo.
Coming soon.
Probably on the next
Bye.
video.